was when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone. Sweep the streets I used to own. I used to roll the dice, feel the fear in my enemy's eyes, listen as the crowd would sing. Now the old king is dead, long live the king.
The Romans were well known for their construction of their roads and aqueducts. Rome made a great deal of money from trade in Europe. Some of this trade involved transport by sea. More frequently, the Romans liked to use roads. Also, with so much of Western Europe conquered by the Romans needed roads to move their troops around quickly. Poorly built roads would not help this. When the Romans arrived in England, they found no roads to use. Instead, they had to make do with the tracks used by the Britons. It was not unusual for these tracks to be in very poor condition, as they were usually on high ground and open to all types of weather.
That was when I ruled the world.
A good road system also made it easier for the emperors to control their empire, as messages and orders could be sent quickly. Roman roads were mainly famous for being straight and well made. However, the Romans usually built roads around a natural obstacle, such as a mountain or valley, rather than go through it. Because of lack of compasses, the Romans used a tool called a groma to align their roads and make sure they were straight. Once the roads were aligned, wooden posts were dug into the ground to mark the straight line. The road was built along this line. Ditches were dug on either side of the road to allow water drainage. Roman roads were built higher than the level of the earth around them. The roads were built by military people and surveyors. They were very well trained, had lots of men and help, and always did things the best way, not trying to save time or money. The roads were built so that two of these wagons could pass on both sides of the roads. Roman roads vary from simple corduroy roads to paved roads using deep road beds of tamped rubble as an underlying layer to ensure that they kept dry, as the water would flow out from between the stones and fragments of rubble instead of becoming mud and clay soils. By the mid-4th century BC, as they pushed south into Samnite territories, Anya, longer highways were developed to give the region an advantage over Rome. The Via Appia was the first and most famous of these. It began in 312 BC. It ran up the west of Rome to then to Tarentum and was pushed to Brindisi, the Adriatic Sea, eventually stretching all the way to the Straits of Messina.
But that was when I ruled the world.
Another great invention from the Romans was their water system, which was worked through their aqueducts. The aqueducts were built from a combination of stone, brick, and special volcanic cement. The aqueducts were built only to carry the flow of water in areas where digging, burrowing, or surface grades presented problems, such as in valleys. Without the aqueducts, it would have been impossible to maintain the flow of water at proper rates. Maintenance of the water system was a continuous task, and the Romans assigned a curator aquarum to oversee this task. Paid laborers, slaves, all had parts in building parts of the system. The first aqueduct built was the Aqua Appia, built in 312 AD, and the last aqueduct was built in 226 AD. At the height of the ancient city's population of approximately 1 million people, the water system was capable of delivering up to 1 cubic meter of water per person in the city, more than what is commonly available in most cities today.